ding dong, a lang a lang a lang, boom ba bo, ba 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 ba. Oh, life ain't a ding dong. If I could take you up and boom boom boosh, boom boom, tell me I'm the only one that you love. Life could be a dream.
Hey everybody, Caitlin from PAREdown. I thought today's video would be on something that any household can do starting right now without changing your consumer purchasing habits or without giving up any of your luxuries to reduce the amount of waste that you're sending to curbside. And that is basically getting rid of all the excess garbage cans in your home. This past Christmas, I was at my sister-in-law's and they've got a garbage can by the computer. They've got one in each of the kids' bedrooms, they have one in their room, and one in every bathroom, in addition to the big one that's underneath the sink. And what I realized is that if you're in the bathroom and you're flossing or whatever, and the garbage can's right there, you're gonna throw it in there, even if it's compostable floss, or you blow your nose, you're gonna just throw it in there instead of, you know, bringing it downstairs and putting it in the compost. And once it's in the garbage can, chances are we're not gonna sort it, and it actually probably would take longer to sort it after the fact. So my recommendation would be to get rid of all the excess garbage cans in the home and just to have one garbage can underneath your sink in close proximity to your compost as well as to your recycling. And the other recommendation that I would make is to give yourself a fourth sort of bin, and this is the questionables. And I still sort of have an ongoing questionables. We've just moved from BC to Ontario and things are different in terms of what blue bin accepts, in terms of what compost accepts. So I still have things that I'm figuring out. But that bin can be for items that you don't know how to recycle. In the beginning, for me, if I broke a plate, it went in the questionables bin. It had, you know, you had my light bulbs, batteries, all sorts of things, little metal bits that I knew could be recycled, but I just didn't know how. So now our family, this is our garbage jar right here. We have switched from our 2-liter jar, which we had last year, to we've upgraded to this fancy 4-liter one that I found at a thrift store. And basically it's just because, well, probably two things. We've moved houses and we've moved across the country. And so just by that, you know, you create more waste when you start cleaning out every nook and cranny in your home. And actually, in addition to this, we do have a garbage bag of stuff that was waste from the move. So Packers tape, things like that, that I have elsewhere. But this is sort of our everyday waste and household waste that we have accumulated since last Earth Day. So yeah, this pretty much sits on the counter. Otherwise I find that, you know, waste doesn't make it into the waste jar if people have to go hunting for it. And when company comes over, I tuck it away underneath the sink. Under the sink, but in the beginning I didn't have this. In the beginning we just had our normal garbage can and we didn't switch to this until we were virtually producing no waste. So yeah, underneath my sink, if you want to come and have a look, this is what a typical household garbage can would normally be, and I use it as our recycling. Here in Ontario, you can recycle plastic lids, which I didn't know that you could, and so these used to go in my waste jar, but you can recycle these. You can also recycle little bits of plastic that I couldn't recycle in Victoria, and so that's in there. I've got a pizza pan. We still allow ourselves to order pizza from time to time, and for some strange reason the pizza place that we tried put the pizza on one of these. So this is this, and I've got a can of black beans in there. We probably fill this up once a month to bring outside, so we've also drastically reduced our amount of recycling. So this is one of my gimmies. We weren't allowing ourselves to buy chips and basically junk food originally, but we've definitely loosened up on that. January 2017 is sort of the start of our 4th year of trying to live zero waste or with producing as little waste as possible. And yeah, driving across the country, road trip, you know, summertime, we decided to relax a little bit, or a lot. You'd be surprised how many bags of chips can fit inside a big bag of chips. And also we haven't discouraged the kids really from trick-or-treating. We try and keep it short and sweet, but they do trick-or-treat, so all their wrappers are in here. There was a facility in Victoria that you could take stuff to that would accept this. I haven't found anything in Ontario. So this is sort of sitting here for me to figure out. If I can't figure it out, it's gonna have to be accounted for in my annual waste jar. Yeah, I've got here's my detergents, which I'll do a video on shortly. I did my homemade dishwasher soap, so I'm still working on it. It's not perfect yet. And my dishwasher soap, which I just found in Toronto, a place to refill those at Karma Co-op, if anybody from Toronto is watching. So this is, wow, sort of a bag of things that I feel should be compostable through the city compost, but are not. So I'm going to bury this. Hair cannot be composted, fingernails. Someone's put Q-tips in here, which I'm pretty sure are compostable. They're not plastic, it's all paper products, but they're in here. And I'm actually going to bury this because there's no reason, in my opinion, that this should end up in the landfill. So that's just sitting in there accumulating. My paper recycling, I take a bag from our neighbor downstairs. She just shops traditionally and gets the bag from the grocer, so she's got a ton. And here in Ontario, they do the big blue bins where everything gets recycled all together. I'm not a fan of this because a large percentage of the paper products don't end up they're not able to be recycled because they're too soiled, they're wet, get very dirty, and you can't recycle them. So whether or not this makes a difference, I don't know, but it gives me peace of mind. You can recycle your grocery bags right through the blue bin here. So what I do is I take one of those blue bags from my neighbor and I put all of our paper in there and I tie it off before I put it in the blue bin. That way I feel it's maybe gonna keep it drier a little longer. So as you can see, we've got a pretty full bag of paper there. That's about 6 weeks. That is one area that I want to work at reducing even further. Since having Phoenix start school, a lot more paper is coming home. And it's sort of something that I haven't been focusing on overly in the last year, so I need to focus on that more. Up here on the shelf with my spices, I've got all our batteries and I've got light bulbs, which are all recyclable, but you have to take them to a special facility. And aside from this, I've got one other sort of area in a front closet where we have a broken TV from the move, we have my broken hair dryer, and we've got some broken remote control helicopters that were my husband's. All of these things are recyclable. You just have to find the facility to take them to, and you usually have to pay a nominal fee, but to me it's worth it. So I don't anymore have sort of a questionables bin underneath my sink, but I have my own routine that I've sort of become comfortable with over the past few years. Last thing would be my compost. There is municipal compost here, and most people have the bin that you keep underneath the sink, and I don't do that. What I do is I have a paper bag that I usually keep in the freezer. It's compost day today, so I don't have anything to show you because it's out at the curb. But I fill up a bowl, so what we do is we keep this on the counter, and this will probably fill up every 2 days, maybe 3 days. And I freeze it, and once it's frozen, I pop it in a paper bag in the freezer, and once I have a frozen base, I just start adding compostables right to that, and then on pickup day, I just take it out to the curb and pop it in the bin. So that is my video for today. Basically, just get rid of all the excess garbage cans, take an extra 30 seconds each time you think about throwing something in the garbage and question yourself as to whether or not it actually is garbage. Is it compostable? Is it recyclable? And I guarantee just by that simple step that you are going to reduce your waste to landfill by 20 to 30% without changing anything else. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel below. If you want to see more videos or a video on a specific topic, leave a comment, or you can send me an email at info@paredownhome.com. You can find that through our website, and you can also follow us on Instagram for daily tips. Okay, thanks everybody. Have a great day.